Hello and welcome back to the Energy Connect studio at ADIPEC 2025. My guest today is the CEO of Gecko Robotics, Jake Loosararian. Thank you so much, Jake, for joining us at the Energy Connect studio. It's great to have you back with us.
I'm so happy to be here, thank you.
Let's talk about ADIPEC and all the exciting announcements coming out of this. So talk to us about the interesting partnerships that you have with ADNOC around AI and robotics.
Earlier in the week, what an exciting time to be announcing a big partnership, 3 agreements actually. The first one was with ADNOC Gas to deploy Gecko's robots and AI software cantilever across ADNOC Gas in partnership with AIQ as well. So it's really showing the ambition around driving and leading the way in the energy sector that Dr. Sultan talked about in the speech with data, with AI, with robotics. And then the other agreement is about upskilling and training the workforce, and the last agreement was a wink and a nod about what's coming in terms of the agreements and contracts here at ADNOC and with Gecko. And what was great too is Secretary Doug Burgum was there and right behind us with the signing. So very clearly the US and the UAE's bridge and relationship is quite strong, and this is something that the administration cares deeply about as well.
Now, taking off from there, talk to us about how Gecko is also supporting the development of national capabilities here in the UAE, especially when it comes to AI and robotics.
Well, one of the important things, and the reason I started the company was, I got to see firsthand what it feels like and what it looks like to actually be running the infrastructure that powers the world. And mostly the tools that folks use to help run a power plant or a refinery or an oil and gas facility. It's technology that was 50 or 60 years old. And also the employees are typically 50 or 60 years old. And so when I developed Gecko, someone had died doing that job. And so I was inspired to build technology for those people, build technology that helps to bring the best technology in the world that fuels AI, but do so in a way that helps the people that are running the facilities every day that we rely on. The forgotten souls, as we call them. And so, we build technology stacks and are now training staff here in the UAE with partnership with ATA to ensure that we're bringing folks along for the journey of robotics and AI, and giving them tools that make them superhuman and give them super intelligence as well by getting information, data that just never existed before, and fusing that with the incredible subject matter expertise they already have. So, ADNOC employees are going to be trained on our stack, and it's a very exciting future for those employees.
That's an excellent point. And last month during our podcast, we were talking about the relationship between energy and AI. And at that point, how we discussed, usually the conversation focuses on energy for AI, the consumption part. But talk to us about how AI is also helping make energy more efficient and more productive.
Yeah, well, you'll probably see me arguing and speaking quite loudly about the importance that we have to be judging artificial intelligence by how much energy we can actually create from the incredible technology and algorithms. And I think we focus very much on the things that we use ChatGPT for every single day, but we focus very little on the pragmatic impact that it's having to actually drive new sorts of decisions that extend the useful life of infrastructure, that help to increase how productive and efficient that infrastructure actually is, and even to predict catastrophic failures from happening. Each of those things that I'm mentioning is the heart of what this agreement is all about with ADNOC Gas. It's about getting information and data using robots, putting them in dangerous environments opposed to humans, to be able to get the data sets that drive AI, to be able to actually help extend the useful life of the assets, actually be able to predict when a failure might happen and stop that catastrophic failure, as well as make the assets perform way more efficiently from having health data and the process data to fuse and allow for optimizations that AI is able to do to arm us with better decisions about how to run the equipment. So when we talk about the judging of AI, we should judge it by not just how much energy it consumes, but how much energy it creates. And that's exactly the premise and the pragmatic approach that we're taking with Gecko, and Dr. Sultan and ADNOC is taking notice.
Now, a question that often gets asked is about AI companies and startups and AI in general, failing to deliver results. What makes AI successful?
AI success should be determined by the value it's able to create, and I think in particular the value it can create in the physical world. And so, what that means for us is we very clearly are in an age where the algorithms are these incredible vehicles. You can call them the most incredible machines without good fuel. So the good fuel exists mostly on the internet, mostly in these areas where there's digitization is penetrated. But in the physical world, as you know, in refineries or power plants or manufacturing facilities or mining facilities, there is very little digitization that occurs. We mostly, our best data warehouse is still a three-ring binder for many of these facilities. And then even if you do have a more advanced system, it's again gathered off the backs of folks on ropes with handheld devices. And this is just not going to cut it for the optimizations and the transformations that you will need to see in these with artificial intelligence. And so first you got to get the information and data to provide the fuel or the feedstock into the incredible machines that are these algorithms. That's the kind of unlock, that's where the unlock is going to occur, and we should be judging that unlock by how much value it creates or it saves. And that's exactly how we determine our success, is how many hours of reduced time and hazardous work hours for employees, and also how much value you can create for customers using existing infrastructure.
And what would be your message to energy companies looking to adopt AI?
Of course, adopting the right technology is very important. So any energy executive must interrogate whatever the AI company is. Where does your data come from? Why is it highest fidelity? Why is your company able to do something that no other AI company can do? And most of the time you're going to get a return and an answer that leaves you wanting. You have to go to the ground truth and collect the data, and most of the time from where the data occurs and is created, and that's at the bare metal, at the where your shoes get dirty, your steel-toe boots get dirty. And so that's where our robots go, that's where our forward deployed engineers go, and that's how we're able to deliver such incredible impact with Cantilever. So that's what I say to any executive: interrogate the data, and that'll tell you what sorts of results you should expect.
Jake, it's been such a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for coming down to the Energy Connect studio.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for watching, and you can get more interviews like this and comprehensive coverage of the energy industry at energyconnects.com. I'll be back with another studio interview from ADIPEC 2025. Stay tuned.